Morning everyone, this week we're going to be looking at solving quadratic fractions. Okay, so we actually have some of the work already done from this since before Christmas when we did our factorising. So we'll be revising a little bit of factorising this week and then expanding the question a little bit further. So today we're actually going to start with the new part, the expansion of the question. So if we factorised, this would be an answer. Okay, so this came from, if you multiply it out, x times x is x squared, x times 5 is 5x. So when you factorise this, you end up with this as your answer. Now, since before Christmas, this is where we usually stopped. Okay, however, today we're going to expand it a little bit further and actually solve for x. So, what you do is, you split up. So you've got x, and then we've got multiplied by x plus 5. So you need to divide these up, split them up. So I'm going to draw an arrow over here. I'm going to put x, and draw an arrow over here, and I'm going to get the x plus 5. Okay, so first thing I've done is I've split up what's outside the bracket and what's inside the bracket. Now, if you notice here, there's an equal 0. So what we're going to do next is we're going to let this x equal 0, and we're going to let this x plus 5 equal 0. Now these questions are quite short, so we're nearly there. So let's just recap. I've got my answer factorised. So I split up what's on the outside of the bracket, let it equal 0. All the contents inside the bracket, let it equal 0. Then what you do is you solve for x. You want to get your answer as x equals. Now here, it's already in, so we've got x equals 0, so that's one possible answer. So if we go over here, we've got x plus 5 equals 0. So we want to get the x by itself. So to get the x by itself, we have to move this plus 5. So you move it over, and remember, anything that moves over the equal sign changes. So this is a positive 5, so it's going to turn into a negative 5. So my two possible answers for x in this question is x can be minus 5 or x can be 0. And that's the question done and solved. Okay, so we'll do one more and then you can try today's questions. So here we've got something outside the bracket, contents inside. So another example. This is here. So what if we have two brackets? Okay, this does not change how we do the question. We still go about it the same way. So we want to split them up. So we're going to split up the two brackets. Now, sorry, I should have an equals 0 there. Apologies. Split up the two brackets. So just like we did up here, we're going to split up and let them equal 0. So I've got x plus 9 multiplied by x plus 10. So I'm going to draw an arrow out. I'm going to say x plus 9, let it equal 0. Or another option is take the second bracket, x plus 10, let it equal 0. Okay, so just give you a second to have a look at that. So you take each bracket, split them up, let them equal 0. Then same as we did above, you want to solve now, so your last line should be x equals number. Okay, so we'll start with this one. So we've got x plus 9 equals 0. We want x by itself, so we're going to say x equals, we're going to have to move this positive 9, so when we move the positive 9 over, it becomes a negative 9. So there's one possible answer for x. And then if we move over here, we've got x plus 10 equals 0. We want x by itself, so we're going to need to move this plus 10, move him over, and when he moves over, it becomes a negative 10. So whatever sign it is that moves over becomes opposite. Okay, so that's another example, done and dusted. You can see they're quite quick. Okay, so when you get to this stage of the question, you split up your brackets, or you split up the bracket and what's outside, let them equal 0, and then solve for x. So get x by itself. Okay, so that's what I'm hoping you can do today. I've got the questions attached, so have a go and let me know if you need any extra help.